Welcome back to Rarest Coins. Today, we're diving into a fascinating topic for all you coin enthusiasts and collectors out there. We're talking about the 1970D Lincoln penny, one of those seemingly ordinary coins that could actually be worth a lot of money. So, if you've got any pennies from that year lying around, stick around because you might be sitting on a small fortune. Alright. Let's get into it. The 1970D Lincoln penny is a coin that might not look too special at first glance. It's a standard penny minted at the Denver Mint and, on the surface, it's worth just 1 cent. However, there's more to this coin than meets the eye. To understand why this penny might be valuable, we need to delve into its history and the unique characteristics that set it apart. Let's start with a brief overview of the coin itself. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. By 1970, the design had seen some updates, but the penny was still recognizable by its iconic feature as the image of Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. Now, the 1970D Lincoln penny is interesting for a couple of reasons. Firstly, it was part of the regular series of pennies minted that year. However, in 1970, there was an anomaly. Some pennies from that year are known for having a double die obverse. This means that the die used to strike the coins had an error, leading to a noticeable doubling of the image. This doubling can be seen in the inscriptions and Lincoln's image itself. If you look closely, you might notice that the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust" appear to be doubled. This error is not common, which makes these pennies particularly valuable to collectors. To identify whether your 1970D penny is one of these rare double die examples, you'll need to examine it closely. Use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to check for the doubling effects around Lincoln's portrait and the inscriptions. Rarest coins now. Let's talk numbers. A typical 1970D penny in good condition might only be worth a few cents, but if you have one with the double die error, it could be worth significantly more. The value can range from a few $100s to over $1,000, depending on the coin's condition and the severity of the doubling. So, if you're a collector or just someone who's been saving pennies, it's definitely worth checking your stash for any 1970D coins. Remember, condition is key. Coins that are well preserved and free from damage will fetch the highest prices. For those looking to learn more, there are plenty of resources available. You can consult coin value guides, visit reputable numismatic websites, or even join coin collecting forums to get insights from other enthusiasts. In summary, the 1970D Lincoln penny might just be a common coin, but with the potential double die error, it could be worth a lot more than you think. So, dig through your change jar and take a closer look. You might just find a hidden treasure. That's it for today's video. If you found this information useful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more coin-related content, and ring the bell so you don't miss any future videos. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting. Feel free to customize this script according to your style or add any additional information relevant to your audience. Welcome back to Rarest Coins, your go-to spot for all things numismatic. Today, we've got a fascinating topic that might just make you look at your loose change a little differently. We're talking about the 1980 Lincoln penny. While it may seem like a run-of-the-mill coin, there's actually a rare variant that can be worth quite a bit of money. So, if you've got any 1980 pennies stashed away, keep watching. You might be in for a surprise. Let's start with the basics. The 1980 Lincoln penny, or 1-cent coin, was minted during a period of relatively stable coin production. It features the familiar image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But what makes the 1980 penny special is that it has a rare error that collectors highly value. $2 million rarest coins. The Lincoln penny has been a staple of American currency since 1909. By 1980, it was part of the standard series of coins. However, in that year, something unusual happened. Some of the 1980 pennies were struck with the notable error that can make them worth far more than their face value. $2 million rarest coins. One of the most sought-after errors is the 1980 Lincoln penny with the small date variety. This is a particularly rare find and can command a high price among collectors. The small date variety is characterized by the date on the coin being smaller compared to other 1980 pennies. The difference is subtle but noticeable under magnification. On a standard 1980 penny, the date is relatively larger, while the small date version has a more compact appearance. To identify whether your 1980 penny is a small date, you'll need to carefully examine the date. A magnifying glass or a loupe can be very helpful. Look closely at the numbers, particularly the 8 and 0, to see if they're smaller than those on other 1980 pennies. So, what's this rarity worth? If you're lucky enough to have a 1980 small date penny, its value can vary based on condition. In general, these can range from a few $100s to over $1,000, depending on the coin's grade and condition. Keep in mind that condition is key when it comes to evaluating coin value. A penny in mint condition, with minimal wear and no damage, will be worth more than one in poor condition. If you think you might have a valuable 1980 small date penny, it's a good idea to have it graded by a professional numismatic service. Proper storage is crucial to maintaining a coin's value. Use protective holders and keep your coins in a cool, dry place to prevent damage. This will help preserve their value if you decide to sell or trade them. Rarest coins. In summary, the 1980 Lincoln penny might seem ordinary, but the 1980 small date error can be a real gem for collectors. If you find one in your change jar or collection, you could be looking at a valuable piece of numismatic history. So, take a closer look at your 1980 pennies and see if you have a potential treasure on your hands. That's all for today's video. If you enjoyed this deep dive into coin collecting and want more content like this, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting. Feel free to adjust this script to match your style or add any additional content that may engage your audience further. Welcome back to Rarest Coins, where we explore all things numismatic. Today, we're diving into a topic that could make you look at your change in a whole new light. We're talking about the 1970 Lincoln penny. While it might seem like a common coin, there's actually a rare variety that collectors are willing to pay a premium for. Stick around to find out if you have one of these valuable pennies hidden away. Let's start with the basics. The 1970 Lincoln penny was minted as the Denver Mint and features the familiar design of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. It's a regular penny in terms of design, but there's a specific variety of this coin that's highly sought after by collectors. The Lincoln penny has been a staple of U.S. currency since 1909. By 1979, the design was well established, but that year brought a noteworthy variation in one of the mints. What makes the 1970 Lincoln penny special is the small date variety. In 1979, there were two distinct date sizes produced, the large date and the small date. The small date version is significantly rarer and more valuable. The small date variety can be identified by the size of the digits in the date. On the small date, the numbers are smaller and the 9 in 1979 appears more compact compared to the large date version. The difference is subtle but noticeable under magnification. To determine if your 1970 penny is a small date, you'll need to carefully inspect the date with the magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. Pay special attention to the size and spacing of the numbers. The small date will have noticeably smaller digits compared to the large date. Now, let's talk value. The 1970 small date penny can be quite valuable, especially in good condition. Prices can range from a few $100s to over $1,000 depending on the coin's grade. A coin in mint state with no visible wear or damage will command the highest prices. Rarest coins condition is critical when it comes to evaluating the worth of these pennies. Coins are graded on a scale from poor, P, to mint state, as, with higher grades being more valuable. If you suspect you have a valuable 1970 small date penny, consider having it professionally graded by a reputable numismatic service. Proper storage is essential to maintain the value of your coin. Use coin holders or slabs to protect your pennies from damage, and keep them in a cool, dry environment to prevent deterioration. Rarest coins. So, to sum it up, the 1979D Lincoln penny might seem ordinary, but the rare small date variety is a prized find for collectors. If you find one of those in your collection or change jar, you could be holding a valuable piece of numismatic history. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1979D Lincoln penny and want to learn more about coins, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell so you don't miss any future updates. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting. Feel free to modify this script to better fit your style or to include any additional information relevant to your audience. Welcome back to Rarest Coins, where we dig deep into the world of coin collecting and numismatics. Today, we've got an exciting topic that might just make you take another look at your change. We're talking about the 1968D Lincoln penny, a coin that might seem ordinary but could actually be worth a significant amount of money. So, if you've got any 1968D pennies in your collection, stay tuned because you might be in for a surprise. First, let's review the basics. The 1968D Lincoln penny, minted as the Denver Mint, features the familiar Lincoln portrait on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. While this design is well known, there's a specific version of this coin that collectors are particularly interested in. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. By 1968, the design had remained consistent for many years. However, in 1968, an interesting error occurred that makes this penny highly collectible. What makes the 1968D penny special is the presence of a rare error known as the double die obverse. This error occurs when a coin is struck with a die that has been misaligned, causing a doubling effect on the images and inscriptions. On the 1968D double die penny, you can see noticeable doubling in the inscriptions around Lincoln's portrait. The most common areas where doubling appears are in the words "Liberty," "In God We Trust," and even the date itself. This doubling effect makes the coin much more valuable to collectors. To identify if you have a 1968D double die penny, you'll need to carefully inspect the coin. Using a magnifying glass or a loupe will help you see the doubling more clearly. Look for any signs of extra thickness or shadowing in the letters and numbers. If you notice any doubling, you might have a valuable error coin. Now, let's talk about value. The 1968D double die penny can be worth significantly more than its face value, depending on the condition of the coin. These can range from a few $100s to over $1,000. Coins in higher grades with clearer doubling will fetch the highest prices. Condition is crucial when determining the value of these pennies. Coins are graded on a scale from poor, P, to mint state, MS. A higher grade means a cleaner, more detailed coin, which translates to a higher value. If you think you have a valuable 1968D double die penny, it's a good idea to get it professionally graded by a reputable numismatic service. Proper storage is essential to preserve the value of your coin. Use protective holders to keep your pennies safe from damage and avoid handling them with your bare hands. Store them in a cool, dry place to prevent deterioration. In summary, the 1968D Lincoln penny might seem like just another coin, but the rare double die obverse variety can be quite valuable. If you find one of those error pennies in your collection, you could be holding a rare and valuable piece of numismatic history. That's all for today's video. If you enjoyed learning about the 1968D Lincoln penny and want more content on coins and collectibles, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell so you don't miss any future videos. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting. Feel free to adjust this script according to your style or add any additional information that might be relevant to your audience. Welcome back to Rarest Coins. Today, we're diving into a topic that might make you take a second look at your spare change. We're talking about the 1978 Lincoln penny, a coin that, at first glance, might seem pretty ordinary, but there's a rare variety that could be worth a lot of money. So, if you've got any 1978 pennies lying around, stick around to find out if you've got a hidden gem on your hands. Let's start with the basics. The 1978 Lincoln penny was minted during a period of standard production. It features the familiar design of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. While this might sound like just another typical penny, there's a special variety from this year that's highly sought after. The Lincoln penny was first issued in 1909. Commemorating Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. By 1978, the design had been well established, but that year saw the emergence of an interesting and rare variety. What sets the 1978 penny apart is the double die obverse variety. This is an error coin where the die used to strike the penny was misaligned, causing a doubling effect on the coin's design. Rarest coins. On the 1978 double die penny, you can observe noticeable doubling on the obverse. Look for doubling in the inscriptions around Lincoln's portrait, particularly in the words "Liberty," "In God We Trust," and the date. The doubling effect makes these coins particularly valuable to collectors. To check if your 1978 penny is a double die obverse, you'll need to carefully inspect the coin. Use a magnifying glass or a loupe to look at the letters and numbers on the coin. If you see any doubling or extra thickness, you might have a valuable error coin. Now, let's talk value. The 1978 double die obverse penny can be worth significantly more than its face value, depending on the condition. These coins can range from a few $100s to over $1,000. Coins with clearer doubling and in better condition will command the highest prices. Condition plays a big role in determining the value of these pennies. Coins are graded on a scale from poor, P, to mint state, MS. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. If you think you've found a 1978 double die penny, consider having it professionally graded by a reputable numismatic service to get an accurate assessment. Proper storage is crucial for preserving the value of your coin. Use protective holders to keep your pennies safe from damage and avoid touching them directly. Store them in a cool, dry place to prevent deterioration. So, to wrap things up, while the 1978 Lincoln penny might seem like an ordinary coin, the rare double die obverse variety can be worth a lot more than you might expect. If you come across one of these in your collection or change jar, you could be holding a valuable piece of numismatic history. That's all for today's video. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1978 Lincoln penny and want to see more content on coins and collectibles, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell so you don't miss any future updates. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting. Feel free to adjust this script to better fit your style or to include any additional content that might engage your audience further.